Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I know you are too, because we have some gems to share with you.
That's right. Get out your gym bucket.
If you want to know the secret to manifesting, listen up, get out your notepad, because it's all about the way you feel.
Ooh.
It is all...
No, that's what I'm talking about.
No,
Feel good now.
Yeah, but you just went, ooh, like that kind of went...
It wasn't sexual. It was just feel good now. So that's how I want to walk through life.
Did anyone else out there get a sexual vibe when he went, ooh?
That's because you're feling sexual. I can't help you on that. That's what you think.
Maybe it is me because I've been doing my pineal exercises. It's all about the way you feel, and you raise your vibration, and next thing you know, you're on a different frequency.
That's right. You're
alive. Listening to a different podcast.
That's the Living Lucky podcast.
That's correct. And you want to share it with everyone you know.
Amen to that.
Let me just tell you what happened to us yesterday.
Happened for us yesterday.
Happened for us. Listen to me. And thank you for reframing that. It happened for us. Life is always working for us. Life is always working in our favor. And the universe wants to provide us abundance, prosperity,
health,
wealth, wisdom,
connection,
opportunities, relationships. It's just that we get in our own way and we don't even realize it. And do you want to know why? Because we don't know the rules of the game.
Yep. We fight for our limitations. So anytime you hear the word but, that's your own butt, B-U-T-T, getting in the way of what you're meant for.
Yes. We've all heard of law of attraction. We've all heard of that. We've all read books about it. I remember years ago when The Secret came out and everyone was like, oh, we've got to read The Secret. I not only read The Secret, I watched the movie. I got on the Bob Proctor bandwagon along with all of the other. Tim Story, I believe, was one. I've studied with him. I mean, I have studied, John DeMartini. I've studied with him personally. He was in that movie. I've studied with a lot of people that were in that movie. Abraham Hicks, I've read all of her books. Jack Canfield, I've read several of his. So yes, I believed everything that was being said in that book. Now, to take it a step further, law of attraction says what you think is what you put out into the universe. And so it's like karma. What you put out into the universe, your positive thoughts, is what's going to come back to you. Well, it's really the law of vibration. Because your thoughts are the electrical field that you are sending to the universe. However, your feelings are the magnetic field that you are attracting to you.
Yeah, that's like your receiver.
So let me just put this in very layman's terms. It's like a broadcasting communication system. There's always a talker and there's always a receiver.
Yes.
And when we talk to someone, if I'm talking to Jason and I'm sending him love and hope and good vibrations, then he's going to most likely reciprocate with
the same thing.
Kindness and love, and he's going to be nice to me. It's like you go out into the grocery store, and if somebody's being rude and defensive, then we tend to get into rapport with them and we send off the same kind of vibes back to them, whether we realize it or not. It's just us protecting ourselves. Like, ooh, stay away from that person.
Right.
They've got bad mojo. You know?
I like that word, mojo.
Yeah, we do this all the time. And it's the same with the universe.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems is we think that we want certain things. So we say, I want this, I want that. And kind of the act of wanting is in a feeling state of not having.
It's lack.
Yeah. So when we can get into the emotional state of feeling as if we have
it
all these
already.
things, yes, then we're
Have
in
it
the
already.
then we're in the vibrational state that the universe is like, it's almost like a freeing state for the universe to give.
That's why I like to use the sentence, how lucky am I? How lucky am I? Because it not only puts you in gratitude, but it puts you in gratitude for what you already have.
Yep.
When Jason and I went around and started asking people, what's your dream? People would talk about, I wish I had this. Oh, if only I could accomplish this.
Yeah.
I really want this in the world. Well, they're talking about a future. They're talking about their future wants and needs and goals and wishes. And as soon as your brain hears wish, really what it's hearing is, I don't have that now. That's a really big distinction. Because when we can get in a state of gratitude now for what we have right now, then that puts us in the vibration, into the emotion, into the feeling. Now, this is a little complex when you really dive into it. So I hope that it's making sense for everybody. I'm going to put it into a very, very common example that happened to Jason and I yesterday. I have been feeling a little strapped.
Undervalued.
Maybe undervalued is the word.
I think I feel like that was kind of the way you were feeling, is a little undervalued.
Maybe a little undervalued. And I have been I feel very abundant in my life. Don't get me wrong. However, it feels like my way of making money is very few and far between. I do a speech and then I have 2 months, maybe 3 months before my next speech.
Yeah.
So as far as cash flowing in, I sometimes feel like there's
A wait for the next
feast
check.
or famine
Yeah.
period. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was feeling a little, I'm just going to be real, a little strapped for cash.
And this is right off of a speech.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
But we have a lot of things coming up
A lot
where
of things coming
I
up.
need to invest in dance costumes,
Travel,
conferences. Yes, I have a lot of things that I need to put some money into. So anyway, I was feeling a little conflicted. I think that's the word. I was feeling a little conflicted.
It was a rub. It was like sandpaper. It was like, all this is coming up. I just got this. And it was that feeling of, if I just got this and it all goes, then what? Now what?
Yes.
It's that famous phrase of now what?
And with the dance costumes, I've never made a dance costume before. So I didn't really know what I needed and what I didn't need. However, I didn't really have the extra cash to just be buying all sorts of supplies and all sorts of material to just kind
experiment
of experiment and explore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. To go with all the universe has to offer.
Right. So I kind of felt like, okay, I need to really hone in and only get exactly what I need.
It was getting very scarcity mindset.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. So I just started dreaming and scheming one day. And I just started putting all sorts of things in the Amazon shopping cart. Have you ever done this?
It was a wish list.
It was. And I just was playing in my mind. I was like, ooh, I want this and I want this. And oh, if I had this, that would help me. And oh, I want this and this and this. And then I was going to go over to the Amazon shopping cart. And it was just a game I was playing. And I didn't even realize I was playing.
It was almost like a creative storyboard for you.
It was, so that I could see it all and see, okay, maybe this is what I need and maybe this is what I need. Maybe this is what I don't need. But I hadn't gone to the point where I had filtered it out yet. I just was putting things in the shopping cart just in case, It just was
It's like a beautiful feeling, just in
literally,
case.
when you're little and you go through the Sears catalog and you're like, oh, I want this for Christmas and this for Christmas and this for
I
Christmas.
may not
and
even
this
play
for
with it,
Christmas.
but it'd be cool to have.
Oh yeah, this would be awesome. And I want this and this and this. And yeah, and then you give it to your parents. Well, that's what I did. And then all of a sudden, Jason and I get ready to leave the house yesterday, and I see the Amazon van coming into the neighborhood. And I remembered that I had put all those things in the shopping cart. So I thought, oh, you know what? I better clean out my Amazon shopping cart. And Jason
There's
says
nothing
to
in
me,
the shopping cart.
I pick up my phone to clean it out, and I go, there's nothing in the shopping cart. And I said, Jason, you didn't buy all those things that were in the shopping cart. I had like 11 things in the shopping cart. And Jason said, I did. I felt like you deserved every single one of them. I started crying. I felt so loved. I felt so abundant, and I felt so overjoyed. And I just felt like
And I know
it was
you didn't
such
need
a
anything-
kind
need 'em all.
thing. And I just felt like gifts were falling out of the sky. And it just felt really, really, it just felt like, I don't know. And I just had about 10 minutes where I just boo-hooed in overjoyment.
And you're the other part of that is you're not a gift person. Like we
I'm
don't
not a
we don't
gift
do
person.
Christmas gifts, we don't do birthday gifts, we don't even do anniversary gifts. But I knew that I could tell just because of our relationship and our communication style that you felt that rub, that friction between feeling undervalued, feeling the distance between your speeches, because you get paid very well for speeches, and you earned it. Because how often do you get a gold medalist to come into your organization to give a powerful speech and to motivate your team and give such powerful nuggets? But I felt that rub that you were feeling. And we often have these thoughts that run through our head where we get the rub. And I was like, you know what? I know she doesn't want all these things. I know she doesn't need all these things, but sometimes we need a tweak to just say, you know what? I am abundant. I do deserve, and I am worthy. All these things just to give us that push. And I just wanted that for you, because sometimes even though we have it inside ourselves, we need that push. And so it was the gift. Giving is a gift we give ourselves. So I gave myself the gift. I gave you the gift, and it wasn't a burden on either one of us.
I immediately went into joy, and I felt the overwhelming love in the car. Did you feel it too?
Yeah.
I started bawling because it just felt like somebody cared. And it just felt like, I'm crying now just talking about it, but it just was such a, I don't know. It was just so beautiful. And I was in that state for about 5 to 10 minutes of pure joy and euphoria.
And so there's a lot, some people out there are going to be thinking about it's about buying something for someone. And it could have been flowers. It could have been anything, but it was recognizing in your friend or your partner or in yourself, just that little, what is it that you need right now? And it's creating that vibrational state.
Here's the thing about it is that I had already started cutting up clothes in my closet. So everything that he ordered, I most likely will send back. It just was the feeling and the thought that you did all of that.
Yeah. The feeling.
It was the feeling. It was the feeling that, oh my gosh, someone cared. I was worth it. Abundance. It was love. It was feeling. I think it was prosperity, maybe. Yeah. At any rate, here's what happened. Later that day, within hours of us getting into that state, literally, we come home. Jason does his Mind Valley coaching call that he does. Jason's a Mind Valley coach, and he is.
I'm coaching like 200 people right now, and the person that hired me for the contract comes on after the call and says, we would love for you to start coaching our business coaches in January of next year if you're willing.
So he gets a promotion. And this is where we're going with this, is you put yourself in a state of receiving. It's in a state, it's feeling the feeling. It's putting yourself in a different vibration. And it is in a state of, I am worthy, I am abundant, and I'm on a different frequency. And when you feel the feeling, you act as if you already have it. I mean, when Jason gifted me with that, I felt like the wealthiest. I felt like the most deserving. And I just felt like the universe was gifting me with little luck.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. I felt like I had won the lottery.
There's the act as if and the walk as it. Like show up as it. And that's like, I love that meditation. I love how we, and you talk about it all the time. How do you show up in life? And it's not a fake it till you make it. It's just being.
It's putting yourself in that state.
Yes.
And it's not only imagining it, but it's feeling it.
So true.
It's all about the feeling. And once you feel it, then the universe says, ooh, that's a different energy. And when the universe starts feeling that energy broadcasting from you, then it starts reacting differently to you.
And when you're aware that you don't feel like you're living lucky, reach out to us. Email us at admin@startlivinglucky.com and let us help you feel like you're start living lucky so you can start living lucky again.
Did you get a little?
I got it. Yeah, the dog came over and started licking my leg, and I was like, what's going on here?
Lucky you. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for joining us. It's all about the way you feel. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.